Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
AC Milan meeting English Premier League club Manchester City in a pre-season friendly at Yankee Stadium tomorrow afternoon. It's the latest push into the United States by the Italian football giants, a market they've seen significant growth in since being bought by New York private equity firm Redbird Capital back in 2022. I'm pleased to say that joining us now to discuss is the AC Milan CEO, Giorgio Furlani. Giorgio, let's talk about this move. We've seen these friendlies before, AC Milan on tour, playing other teams from the Premier League and elsewhere. It feels like we're getting closer to playing a regular season game in the United States of America. Giorgio, is that true? How close are we to an event like that taking place?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. You're right. We do these tours in the summer regularly to play friendlies against other top teams. Look, there's regulatory challenges in moving abroad and into a different market, domestic league games. But we certainly think if you really want to develop a fan base and you really want to expand your business in the U.S., this would be a critical part. So we will be working with Serie A, our league, and the other regulatory bodies to allow us to.
You've mentioned the bodies you need to work with. Can you just build on that, the obstacles for something like that to take place? Have you had a meeting with Serie A and the regulatory bodies about this already? Have you taken steps to kind of push this forward? How close are we to something like this?
We certainly have discussed it with Serie A. It then needs to be discussed also with UEFA and with FIFA and the authorities here in the U.S. There have been attempts in the not-so-distant past to play games. La Liga tried to, but it didn't work out. So we'll keep on pushing. It is absolutely important, just in the same way that American leagues have expanded globally by playing regular season games, not just friendly outside of America. We need to do the same the other way around.
It feels like AC Milan has become more American in the last year or so and maybe less Italian. The very fact that there wasn't a single AC Milan player on the Italian roster at the Euros this summer, is that a financial decision or a sporting decision?
Very good question. We've definitely become more American. We're owned by an American firm, which is Redbird Capital Partners, which is a leading investor in sports media and entertainment, and we work very closely with them. We've also become more American on the field. So we have, I think you were saying, 2 American players. Our decisions on who to field are entirely sporting. So there isn't a decision on the base of, what passport a player has, but it's about how good the player is. Obviously, some players, just by nature of being American, in our case we have 2 players, including Christian Pulisic, have a certain commercial appeal in the U.S., which is certainly helpful. But we don't drive sporting decisions by passport list.
We were talking, Giorgio, about how the United States is a really expensive market, that there's a lot of money here. And so that's one reason why a lot of people want to come here, is because there are dollars and a lot of eyeballs to come. There are also a lot of dollars coming from the Middle East, and you're going to be facing off with Man City. Giorgio, how open are you to tapping seemingly endless appetite in the Middle East to own clubs in Europe?
So we tap in the Middle East in a different way, which is on the commercial side. So we've opened an office in Dubai. We're the first European football club to open an office in Dubai. We've had a long-standing 15-plus year relationship with Emirates, the airline. We have other commercial partners in the region, including the Kerzner Group. And so the way we've gone about it is not sort of via, let's say, equity injections, but rather via commercial partnerships.
Giorgio, I just want to squeeze in one final question, and I'll ask this as an AC Milan fan, a lifelong fan like yourself. We both remember the AC Milan of Capello and Sacchi, of Baresi and Maldini. We've both been disappointed with the performance of the team over the last 20 years and the trajectory that we've been on. I remember when the club became a selling club, and I identified that summer when we sold Ibra and we sold Thiago Silva to Paris Saint-Germain. It felt like that was a moment where AC Milan became a club that needed to sell players and couldn't buy that talent anymore. This summer, we've got two big players, the left-back Theo Hernandez, and we've got the goalkeeper, Mike Maignan. I want to understand whether that's two talents that you need to monetize to fund the rest of the project, or whether AC Milan is back in a position where it can keep world-class talent. Just what is the state of play?
Yeah, so look, on the sporting side, our ambition is to fight for the title in Italy every year and to be competitive in the Champions League. Now, we do this while on the, let's say, other side, running a business that is sustainable. So to give you some facts, 2 years ago was the first year in which AC Milan was profitable, first year in 17 years. And last year was the second year. And I don't think it's ever happened to AC Milan to be profitable in 2 consecutive years. What that translates into is we're not forced to sell players because of capital shortage or cash flow issues. So, picking one word, you say we don't need to sell anyone. So as a fan, I'm telling you, you shouldn't be worried about that.
Well, as a fan, it's good to hear. Giorgio, good luck tomorrow, and hopefully we can catch up soon. Giorgio Furlani there, the AC Milan CEO.